Hey lovelies, here we are back again with the build. It has been so long, but Tertia Tower continues. I was gonna say it perseveres, but persists. There we go. It persists. Not gonna lie, this footage is, I did this like right after the last episode went up, so I have no idea what I'm doing or what my plans were here. Obviously I'm putting in a bathroom. I'm getting smart and putting in the pieces before I get in here. But everybody gets to appreciate my amazing camera work here. I say that, and then the camera slinger sneezes. That's wonderful. Alright, I think this one's going to end up a one bedroom? Loft bedroom? By the time we get it done? I don't know why, but the Natura bookcases do not center click pick up. They always default to the pink one. What is that, eucalyptus? Stucco colored? So, anyway. I do remember when I came back to this, that left-hand side there, I completely left it walled off. I don't know why I've walled it off here. But I completely left it walled off and didn't realize that I didn't have access to it or anything, so I did later punch a door through, and it messed up all my numbers. Yes! We love how we open the window for the camera to get through. Wonderful! Alright, so yeah, this one was a quick one. I did rocket the loft. Don't sleepwalk, heaven help you. The view's so nice out the window. Oh hey, I even built this one with some privacy in the bathroom. That's doing better than some of the others. We have a bit of clipping issues, that it goes to lost pattern, or lost image pattern, texture pattern when you clip through the wall. Whoops! My bad. Anyway, that one was a quick one. It's been sitting on my drive for forever. No one saw that coming, right? Alright, so, in the interim, while I was not doing the build, I started doing just kind of a personal build in Vanilla Plus after I'd added a few mods. Mainly I did it because I wanted the dimensional doors, and I had gotten a lot built, and then I thought about it, I'm like, why can't I have Tertia here? So I got worldedit, which I'm very spoiled on now, and I got vending blocks because for some reason this one doesn't have IC2 and I didn't feel like putting it in, so we got vending blocks to replace the trader mats. And what I did is I tried to copy the tower as it was, and it did not do well. It crashed the game because you can just copy entire chunks. Go look up worldedit training videos. I'm not going to be making any because I don't know enough to teach myself. Anyway, so a direct copy didn't work, so what I did is I made this template here. You can see the lines of vanilla blocks in it, and then the mod blocks. You just replace one with the other. You can see how it works. I've got gold instead of the whatever that was supposed to be, bleached bone. Railcraft did not play nicely. I had to manually replace that, because otherwise it's just type in a command, replace this block with that block. Which works alright, except the block IDs also include direction of stairs, which I got rid of because I'm a genius. Or I ignored. So all my stairs pointed one direction and I had to manually go in and fix all my stairs. I screwed up something with block IDs and the slabs with the wrong stuff. I think they're acacia. Oh well. But in the switching out, I took the blocks out in no particular order, and so I'm putting them back in no particular order. So my poor camera slinger is struggling to keep up with me. And I did switch out. I was using Cam Studio before. Now in this one I'm using the replay mod, which I'm still learning. It's completely different. The other one I program the camera and then I do my building. This one I just get in there and play, and then I go back after the fact and set camera paths and follow. I can even do a little bit of time-lapse in there, which I didn't realize right off, so trying to get the time-lapse to line up. So you're going to notice it's going to go faster and then slower, and then faster and then slower, because I'm still figuring it out. But you can see I'm using commands to replace a lot of blocks, but not slabs, because I didn't get the right item ID for that, too. Oh well, the really bad thing about the replay mod is it loads. It saves each behavior or each time you play, and it shows you how long, and to have my time tallied is horrible. Like, oh well, look at that. My start point got lost. But yeah, it took a ridiculous amount of time, and even in doing this, tried to approximate the 10 times that I did before, and then it was a very, very long video that I was going to have a very hard time talking through. I mean, I can talk all day, but coming up with something. You know, my heavy pauses here. And my jade clouds up there. It's not jade, it's emerald, but whatever. But I guess now it's actually floating through to get better for replacing. But I was able to do that for a lot, although there are a lot of blocks that just pop off, so they have to be done manually. Yeah, just kind of stare at it, get the block ID, and type the command. I could get spoiled on it. I could get very spoiled on it. I guess this is also a pretty good overview as I'm going around the tower so much to see what's going on. I'm doing the pack is Sortex still, but between the versions, because I think they're different versions, like Minecraft versions, some of the textures have changed. Or it could just be that I was using such an old Sortex pack. I don't know. Carpenter's Stairs, you see how well that went over for me. And microblocks. Oh, microblocks. You got to miss all of the microblocks. I couldn't even keep up with running around replacing the microblocks. I did with this one, I don't have forestry, so some of the woods were changed over. And I think I had Geostrata in the other, and I don't have it here. So spot the differences if you compare it, but oh my gosh, speaking of spot the differences, I went back and watched to figure out what I was doing and take my notes for requests from people, because I lost all my notes. For people that did the comments, and one, sorry I never responded. I mean, I probably responded in the videos, but I never responded. I've gotten better about responding in text now. So, there's that. And for two, I forgot how different the first version was, because this one's pretty well identical to the V2 that got started again. What am I doing on this one? I think this is crayfish. We are working on crayfish. It's wonderful. Again, I can't keep up with myself, and it's always raining. One thing was, when I couldn't find a block that needed replacing because it was like inside a wall or underneath, I could delete the entire tower except for that block. That's where you'll see it flickering. And then I can go stand by it and undo the action. It replaces the whole tower. It's lovely. I end up with 1,000,000 books in my inventory for my trouble. Oh yeah, the potted plants behaved weirdly. They had to be done manually. I could not for a while figure out why the water was looking so barren, because I had both worlds side by side to compare the two to get things done properly. And I realized I didn't have the better foliage, and that's what put the stuff in. I mean, I'd got rid of it for the puffy trees, but I liked what it did in the water. It gave the water some life, and there was no command whatsoever to take care of chairbacks with Bibliocraft. I was so bummed about that. Or the color of them. Either way. Or the pictures. I couldn't do paintings. I had to do a side-by-side comparison on the paintings as well. So I got to do a lot of cutting out where I'm stopping and just standing there staring at a wall while I'm in the other version, figuring out where I'm at and what painting it was. Oh, technology. It does go pretty quickly, though. I also tried to update the textures, because the Natura woods on the Bibliocraft tables don't work for some reason for the texture pack. However, I was able to update a vanilla one. I'm like, is it a naming issue? Has anybody else had any luck with that? I don't know. I just kind of rolled with it, because you can see the difference in color of the chairs versus the table in the casino there, and that's strictly because of the table not taking the texture. The chair does, though. I don't know. Got me. Oh, I forgot to fix... I was recording this because I was done, and I realized I forgot to fix the, what is that thing? The slot machine. Because I don't have Buildcraft in here either. But it does have red power. The one I originally found and copied was using the red power machines. So maybe I can switch over to that. Or maybe I can just, you know, regret my life. But not like that would have really gotten filmed of me staring at a computer or wandering around with blocks. Goodbye, building. Hello, building. I'm sitting here watching with you because I'm trying to remember what I was doing. Because at this point, this has been done for weeks ago. I do remember I used the wrong lamps up there because my note-taking. I had just a notepad document matching up what schematic was which mod block matching up with which vanilla block, and it worked out. It worked out. The water source blocks weren't cooperative to go in there. That was annoying, so I had to manually do those. I also had to manually do the Decacraft. I think the squids are shoving each other out because there were a couple times that I redid the squids and now I just left it with one to see if they would not push the others out. And we'll see how long that one lasts. I don't know if it's Inky or Clyde that I put in there, but there we go. I did find... you can see I'm slowly replacing the storage crates with the... what is that? The chisel crates. Sure, you can't use them for storage, but they don't crash the game when you try to open the interface. I have no idea why it did that. And it's not because I copied one mod over. Never tried using the crates before, I guess. Anyway, it looks good. My map is, again, not centered. I was happy with the V2 that the map got centered, but now it's not. And you can see all the water there because literally I found an ocean bit to just paste the tower into, so there's no island anymore. I'm gonna have to build that, so that's gonna be an episode of watch me work on the terraforming. Oh, at this point I had gotten better foliage. Woohoo! So we got cattails again. Unfortunately, that makes the garden look super unkempt. Like, that grass is not actual grass, it's just pretty grass. So I can't get rid of it. My solution on that, actually, which I didn't record me doing, is I got the... Zoom. What is it? Topiary grass, and I replaced it with that. So it's still nice and green and all that. So that works out. I replaced a lot of the micro blocks and the shelves with vending. I did that in the butcher. I did that in the baker and the candlestick maker. Actually, yes, in the baker too. And in the grab and go. Now it makes lots of bouncing sandwiches. Bouncing everything, actually. And those sell 4 a piece, whereas if the Tradomats only did 1 per. So that's kind of an upgrade. I actually had more sandwiches, so it doesn't match up. Not that you could tell that now, but that one was a direct copy over. Changed my mind on that one to put some, you know, vending, although I still use the lockers for the rest just because there's so much plants. So much food stuff. We still don't have shiny ingots here, man, I'm sorry. Still there. Still there, alright, we were decorating this, and oh gosh, getting back into the computer craft to try to figure it out. Turns out that for whatever reason I couldn't have a block on top of the computer that was timing the dropper or dispenser. I don't know which one. Either way, this one cooperated nicely. Aside from the water flow. But the computer cooperated nicely. We got paintings, yeehaw. You guys remember my struggle trying to get the, oh yeah, no clip, woo! I fixed that issue, that was nice. Remember I had the issue trying to get the willow tree to grow properly, and then when I tried to trim it back, it all, like, wilted, withered, and died like I had offended it. Yeah. I decided I was just going to manually build my trees. And when I was doing them, I actually had them in the vanilla texture pack when I'm doing this building. And that tree's going to magically appear because I don't know why. Poof. You saw me building it, but it just didn't show. But I had it in vanilla texture pack to match up with the paintings. And I'll go back and fix the leaves on that first willow because it looks really funny with the way they mismatch. But on all of these I did manually do the trees, and it lets me change up the blocks to get some interest for it, but also because I didn't have the special forestry trees, and honestly they all kind of look potato-y the same, so I had fun fiddling around with manual trees. I don't like that pine tree to the right. It annoys me. I'm so kind to myself. But it does give a good variety. I at least have maple trees still. I don't have all the fruit trees that I had before. Or I suppose I could if I did it with Pam's, but... Alright, so then we had to do the computers for the elevator. The elevator was such a mess because some of the wiring, none of the wiring got copied over. Almost none of the elevator track got copied over, so I had to go back and put that back in. None of the wireless routers were in there, and they were necessary for the code to work. The pastebin get for the code no longer works as well. And then, yeah, I just ended up copying the file over from the others, but that is the really quick and dirty. Here we are redoing it. Next time I will... Well, actually, let me know. Should I do terraforming next, or should I do the remaining homes? Let me know! Sorry, this was kind of a rehash of what we were already doing, but I figure it's better than nothing, right? No, it's alive! Lightning from the sky! Alright, y'all take it easy.